Welcome to Photon Digital Platform, a system we've designed to make the process of requesting analyses and managing samples precise, professional, and completely error-free. Over the next few minutes, we will explore how to create an account on the platform, select the correct type of analysis, enter your sample specifications, and track your sample's progress until the results are ready. We'll go through every step together. So let's begin. Start by opening Google search engine and type in Photon Center in English in the search bar. As you can see, click on the first link, Photon Center. The home page will appear in English for easier navigation. Once you are on the main page, you'll notice that there are 3 different ways to create an account. Let's start with the first method. At the top of the page, in the main toolbar, you'll find the price icon. Click on it. This will take you to the price list page, where you can see the wide range of services offered by Photon Center, including electron microscopy, optical microscopy, spectroscopy, and many others. After choosing the analysis or service you need, for example, TEM, click on Order Service. This will automatically redirect you to the login page where you can sign in to create your account. Now you have 2 options to sign in. You can use Gmail or any other email address. Now back to the home page to explore the second way to sign in on the platform. At the bottom of the home page, you'll notice a blue button labeled Request Analysis Now. Again, click on it. And you will be redirected to the price list page where you can sign in following the same previous instructions. Finally, let's proceed to the third method, which we will be using until the end of this tutorial. At the top of the page, you'll find a yellow icon labeled Account. Click on it, and you will be taken directly to the Sign In page again. I'll choose to sign in with Google Mail. Once you click on this icon, your account will be successfully created on the platform. Now you'll have access to your personal dashboard, which includes My Orders, New Order, and Profile settings. At this point, your account is fully set on the platform. Now, let's say you'd like to submit an order for a sample analysis. Go to the New Order icon and click on it. As you can see, the list of available services appears again. The costs are displayed in Iraqi dinars, but you can also see a column showing the amounts in US dollars. Let's use the search bar to look for a specific analysis. For example, let's type GC. 2 options will appear, GCMS and GCMS extract. Let's click the first service. A new window will appear asking for basic information such as name, email address, phone number, and preferred branch. Choose the branch closest to where you live. Currently, Photon Center has 2 branches, one in Baghdad and another in Kurdistan. After entering your phone number, you can update your profile information, then click again on Select GCMS. This will open the service order process, which consists of 5 steps that we will go through together. Let's start with step number 1, Agreement. Here you'll find detailed information about the service terms, including the estimated time for receiving results, approximately 10 working days, the sample retention policy before analysis, and other important service conditions. To proceed, check the box to agree to the terms and conditions, and click the blue Next button. By doing so, you will move on to step number 2, Samples. Here, the system will ask you to enter your sample codes. First, it asks how many samples do you have. For example, let's say I have 4 samples, so I'll type 4 in this field. Then click on Add All Samples. Once I do that, all the samples are added automatically. Next, the system asks us to assign codes for each sample. I'm gonna enter them as follows. Sample number 1, I'm gonna name it H1, H2, H3, and H4. After that, we click on the next button, which takes us to step number 3, Sample Details. This section is dedicated to providing information about the sample itself. First, we start with the shape of the sample, but please note that any field marked with a red asterisk is mandatory and must be filled out, while the others are optional. For the shape of the sample, I'll choose powder. Next, for the structure of nanosample, I'm gonna choose also unknown. Then we move to sample type, whether it is metallic, ceramic, biological, or something else. Here as well, I will select unknown. Then we're asked about the storage conditions, whether the sample is sensitive to moisture, heat, or requires refrigeration. I'll select there are no special conditions. After that comes the safety section. Here we can indicate if the sample is volatile, flammable, oxidizing, corrosive, etc. I'll choose none. Now we reach the interpretation section. This refers to whether you'd like data interpretation included with your analysis results. Please note that the interpretation fees are calculated separately and you will be informed about them. This field is mandatory, so you will need to select either yes or no. I'm gonna choose no. Next, there is a field for additional notes where clients can include any relevant comments or information about the samples. Finally, we come to service-specific options, which include 2 required questions. The first one, solvent selection. Which solvent should be used during analysis? I write methanol. And the second question is the goal of the test. Here, you must specify the nature of components you wish to identify or analyze in your sample. Each researcher or client should clearly describe what they are looking for, whether it is related to their scientific research, industrial process, or any specific purpose. This field is customized, so you will fill it out according to your own research needs. After that, there are 2 checkboxes that can be selected based on your preference. The first one is, I want the samples to be returned. Leave unchecked if you don't need the samples back. And the second option, I confirm that the submitted samples are not acidic, allergenic, corrosive, or flammable. Please note that the second option is mandatory. It must be checked before proceeding. Once you select it and the check mark appears, you'll notice that the next button turns blue, meaning it is now active. Click on it to continue. This takes us to step number 4, additional services. Here we can see that there are no additional services available for the GCMS analysis. At the bottom, you'll find a summary showing that the total number of samples is 4, along with the total cost. Click Next again to proceed. Now we have reached the final step, step number 5. Review your order. In this section, you will see a complete summary of everything you selected in the previous steps, including sample details, sample codes, selected service options, the solvent used, the purpose of measurement, and the total cost displayed in Iraqi dinars. At the bottom of the page, you'll find a blue button labeled Submit Order. Click it, and your analysis request will be successfully submitted. Once the submission is complete, you will receive an order number confirming your request. As we can see, order submitted successfully. If you wish to request another service or analysis, simply click New Order. However, If you're finished and don't need to request any additional services, click on User Panel. There, you'll find the order or service you've just submitted. As you can see, the order number and the current status are clearly displayed. You'll also notice an option beside your request labeled View Details. If you click View Details, you will see all the details of your submitted request, exactly as you entered them earlier. In your submitted request, you will notice there is also an Edit option. This allows you to make changes if needed, or to track the exact progress of your request and see which stage your sample is currently in. At the top of the page, you'll find the current status of your request. As you can see here, it is waiting for expert review. To better understand the different stages a sample goes through, click on the question mark icon next to the status. A window will appear showing Order Registration Process Guide. The status are Requires Revision, Order Cancelled, Waiting for Expert Review, Approved by Expert, Analysis in Progress, Analysis Completed. Once the request has been submitted, it will be processed and analyzed as soon as payment is completed. After the analysis is done, the Photon Center platform will send the results directly to your account, and you will also receive a notification via email. As you can see here, I have received a confirmation email. Now, if we return to my personal dashboard and access my orders, we'll notice that the status of the request has changed. It now says Analysis Completed. In other words, your results are ready for download. Click on View and you will see a blue link labeled Download Result File. Clicking it allows you to download the analysis results for your submitted samples. In many cases, results are sent in a compressed RAR format, so the client will need to extract the file to access the final reports. And with that, we've reached the end of this tutorial, a complete step-by-step guide on creating an account on the Photon Center digital platform and submitting your analysis order. Remember, Photon Center, where precision becomes trust.